Hello, I'm Simone, and this is Questions on the Red Couch. I'm going to be answering questions, so. Oh god, I knew this was going to happen. Okay, wait. Oh my gosh, it's like Christmas. You recently finished up your open book tour. What did you learn about yourself in those few months? Great question. I love that question. Yes, I just finished my first tour, and I played shows only in bookstores. Because I'm so cool and different. And what did I learn about myself? We played 16 shows, and what I learned about myself is that I really like playing shows a lot, and I've always known that, but I've never played that many shows in a row, and I've never toured, obviously, but I had a lot of fun. So I learned that I like to do that, which is good news. And I also went on tour with my dad. He was my roadie slash driver slash emotional support friend person, and I learned that we get along really well, which is awesome. So yeah, that's what I learned. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys know your stuff. Okay, you played at TEDx last year. If you could host a 20-minute TED Talk, what topic would it be on? Yes. Okay. So I also did a TED Talk. Wow, we're just going through everything. I was lucky enough to give a TED Talk last year at Grand Canyon University, which was insane. It was 12 minutes, I remember, and I was lucky because I was the performer, so I didn't have to talk for 12 straight minutes. I could talk. I talked for like probably like 7 minutes and then played like two songs, so it wasn't like too bad. But gosh, 20 minutes of talking is crazy for me. They also like you have to memorize it all. Like you can't like there's no like screens or anything. So that's intimidating, but what can I talk about for 20 minutes? Probably like something music related, obviously. And honestly, it's going to probably be something about Taylor Swift because that's what I have the most knowledge on. So maybe it's like the rise of a young country star, born and raised. And actually, I don't want to say where she's born because I don't want to admit that I know all of that information. But it would probably be something about Taylor Swift, to be honest. I think it'd be entertaining though. Okay, what's your go-to comfort movie slash book? Oh, okay. My go-to comfort movie is um, Edge of 17. I don't know if it's Edge of 17 or The Edge of 17 because it's two different movies, but it's the one with Haley Steinfeld and Woody Harrelson. I've probably seen that movie more than any other movie in the world, and it's like one of my favorites. Like great movie. And book, I don't really have a comfort book because I tend to read like a lot of sad books, and I also don't. I've never like reread a book except like To Kill a Mockingbird because I had to read that in school a couple times, but that's like the only book I've ever reread. So I don't know if I have a comfort book, but I will say that I any like Sally Rooney book I guess is like kind of a comfort book, although those can get pretty depressing. But I guess those make me feel the most like oh sweet. Yeah. What was your fave part of working on Any Girl? Um, Any Girl was a song that I wrote a long time ago. It's a song off of my new EP coming this year, and it was kind of like in the middle of writing the EP. When I was writing it, I wasn't really thinking like, oh, I'm making an EP. It was kind of just writing a bunch of songs. But this song was I don't know. I really liked writing this song because it was kind of like my first time getting kind of like angry and sarcastic in songwriting, which I've now become very fond of and have really enjoyed. But I think it was kind of like my first step in that. So I think that was like my favorite part was kind of like exploring that side of my emotional territory. And I really enjoyed recording this song because we got very like I don't know, it was very just like felt like 90s rock like inspired, and that was like really exciting to dive into as well. So great memories. Love this song. Very excited for people to hear it. What song inspires you? Let me start over. What song most inspires you right now? um that's a great question. Oh, there's a song I've been listening to a lot recently called Bin It. That sounds crazy. It's Been It. It's two words, and it's by oh my gosh. Who sings love me, say that it's the Carpenters. Cardigans. I always get those two mixed up. Okay, I know where they are. Okay, Cardigans. Been It by the Cardigans. I love that song. And it's embarrassing that I didn't remember the band name, but I do really love that song, and it's a great album too. But that song has been inspiring me a lot. It's great. I don't want to sing anymore because that was embarrassing. But trust me, it's very good. Okay. You opened for Maud Latour back in 2022. How have you grown as a performer since? Wow. That's still like one of my favorite shows I've ever played. I opened for her at Irving Plaza, which is like one of my favorite venues in New York, and that was just so awesome. But I don't know, I feel like I've been performing for a really long time, and I feel like every time I perform, but every like year I go of performing, I grow a lot, and I feel like I've just gotten much more comfortable on stage and like who I am on stage and as a performer, because I'm like naturally a very shy, like introverted person. So I think like finding who I was on stage was like confusing to me. But now I finally feel like I don't know, I've kind of nailed it down almost. I mean, I'm sure I'll change a lot, but I just feel like right now, especially after going on tour, I'm just like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing now. Only took 8 years, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just like a lot more like confident in myself and those things. But that was still a fun show. No regrets. I think it was pretty good. I think it was okay. What's one thing you can't live without? Oh my gosh. It's like GQ 10 Essentials. One thing I can't live without is, I mean, my family. Boring. But I'm like, what's a funnier answer? No, I mean, truthfully, yeah, my family. I don't know what I would do without my family. I'd be nothing, literally. And so love you guys. Know you're watching. Hey. Yeah. Okay, what do we got? Who are your fave artists growing up? Well, so people always ask me like what I listened to when I was growing up, and to be honest, like I only really listened to Gleecast original kind of recordings. So that's kind of going to be my answer. I dove very deep into the Glee fandom very young. And obviously I couldn't watch the show when I was young, but there were DVDs that just had the performances. So of course we were buying those, and that's all I would watch all the time were just every season, every song they ever sang. So that was kind of my musical education, and took me a very long time to realize that those aren't actually their original songs. Actually, other people were had sung those before, which was a shock to me completely. But yeah, I don't know. I know it's like sounds embarrassing, but it's actually kind of the perfect way to get introduced to music, because they sang everything. It was every genre, every decade. There are still moments where I hear a song on the radio and I'm like, oh my God, I know this because it was on Glee. So that was that was my upbringing for sure. And also like any like Disney original soundtrack. Yeah, I wasn't growing up listening to like Tom Petty and Kurt Cobain. Like I was very like it took me a while to get to like a respectable kind of place. But yeah, that was my upbringing. Who's one person in your life that keeps you pushing? That's gonna be my therapist. Love my therapist, yes. Don't know what I'd do without her. Actually, sometimes I like freak out and realize that one day she's gonna retire, and that's just kind of like a scary thought. I'm just like, what's gonna happen after that? Don't want to think about it. But yeah, she's been there for me for a few years now, and I think we got a good thing going. And yeah, she's definitely keeps me pushing and keeps me motivated to so shout out. Okay, that's all the questions. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Very fun. Good job.